Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm Perry, and with me, as he always is, it's the lead singer of Taking Back Sunday, Whiskey Mute himself. And we got a special guest this week.
Who's that guy?
It's my daily bourbon, Chad.
It is me.
We got the fight out of the way. We've made up for the next hour and a half. And
that's all you get.
That's all you get. You get an hour and a half or however the episode goes of us getting along, and then we'll fight again. But off camera, nobody can see.
We're at episode 350.
Damn.
I can't believe we made it.
Where'd you find this? Real trap shit.
Oh.
I can't believe that we've made it this far, but I guess in a reciprocal fashion, we have three people on on an anniversary episode, kind of reflecting how we were on the very first one.
We tried for 3.5, but no one wanted to give us half themselves. So
no, yeah. Y'all ever seen that man in Lexington? I haven't seen him in a long time, which probably is not a good sign for what I'm about to say.
Makes fish sandwiches, Charlie?
Not Charlie. We talked about Charlie before. He
waist down gone.
Yeah.
No, I don't even know who you're talking. I just assumed.
Yeah, there's a guy in Lexington who does not have a lower half of his body, and he just is in a wheelchair. He's normally on my side of town, and
Why didn't you ask him about it?
Well,
Yeah, just where'd it go?
well,
Where did it go?
I'm a little scared.
Why?
Kidding.
Were you one of those kids
I'm
that
scared of men
hid from people that were disabled when you're in the store?
Yeah,
You're like, no, Dad,
he doesn't have one ear, and I'm afraid of that.
Mom, where's his leg?
Yeah. But anyway, I am. I'm not sure exactly when this episode is coming out because at least the week prior, I've got a new baby. So my life might be a little bit hectic right now.
Well, if this comes out after that, congratulations.
Well, it does. Huh? It does.
He's definitely got a baby by now.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't know exactly at what point.
Well,
like it's not going to like three days from now when we're recording is when the baby is coming out.
Oh, see, I didn't know the due date.
Yeah.
Oh.
The 23rd.
Oh.
It's the 20th right now. That's how far in advance we're recording this, folks. Whenever this is coming out.
There's actually another episode that comes out before this one.
Yeah.
I'm not on that one.
No. That was
talk about you,
349.
I believe it. You talk about me every episode.
It's true. If
This
you
is-
want to be talked about, go to patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast for as little as $1 a month.
King of segues, everybody.
You can support the show, but at
Give 'em his
$5, you get all the bonus content. You get the pregame chats with Chad and Perry that this week. He was on there. Started out not on there.
Nope.
But showed up.
Yep.
We did Sample Irresistible as well, not with Chad. He wasn't here yet. And sometimes we do Pours from the Floor, where we get rid of some bottles on my basement floor so I don't get in trouble. Sometimes we open a new bottle called Pop Chicka Wawa, and we get a little sexual with it. That's just how it is, you know. You go on Instagram, you see people opening bottles. They
Not like we do.
No, you ain't gonna see this on Instagram.
Nobody does it.
You gotta pay.
Nobody
for
does it like we do.
Yes, and then you get this episode a little bit early, uncut, worth the money. Trust me, it is. But now we got something special.
We do. We are. We normally kick off episodes with a segment called Flying Blind. However, we're doing something a little special, like Eric said. Flying Blind this week is a recreation and an elevation of the first flight we ever did on the podcast, which was from the first episode of the podcast, where we did a budget blind bottle and bond battle.
B
B-I-B.
B-I-B
B.
big
Booty.
Boobies.
In
Yeah. In.
Barely. Nope.
No.
That's the wrong
Yep,
word,
I went the wrong way,
bro.
man.
Yep. No.
Yeah,
You-
just
no.
call me Mark Robinson. Never mind.
Yeah, big booties, boobies in.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this today as I was getting things ready to go for the episode. One of those products is no longer on the market. Another of those products, well, I guess it actually is also no longer on the market, but instead has been elevated to a product that is, 3 times the price and a year older?
Yeah.
And so I figured, why do that when we can just kind of change the game up a little bit?
Change the game.
And instead, we're going to do what that flight probably would look like in the year of our Lord 2024. And instead of doing Heaven Hill 6-year bottled and bond, Evan Williams bottled and bond, yes, there were 2 Heaven Hill products in that first flight.
That's pretty much all there was at that time.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's true. I mean, we could have done Old Granddad bottled and bond. Excuse me.
Could have done McKenna.
That was
Just do
$30.
it all. Do it all.
Yeah,
Heaven
right.
Hill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Very Old Barton bottled and bond. Instead, what we're going to do is Heaven Hill 7-year bottled and bond.
Okay.
We're going to do E.H. Taylor
Okay.
bottled and bond.
Our Lord and Savior's very own bourbon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 1792 bottled and bond.
Ooh, one of my favorites.
So we're getting rid of one of the Heaven Hill products, supplementing it with a Buffalo Trace, and taking the new edition of Heaven Hill and a different Barton product. So
Nice.
in the same fashion that we did it on that first episode, we're each going to be pouring for each other. Chad's going to pour for Eric, Eric's going to pour for me, and I'm going to pour for Chad. So if you're watching the regular feed or listening to the regular podcast, no time is going to pass for you, but Patreon, you're going to get a little bit of extra content while we pour these up. So back in a jiff.
And we're back. You going to lead this?
What do you mean?
Are you going to
Yeah, we're going to
commentate it?
Yeah, we're
Color
I like how
commentator.
you're like, pour light now because we're going to do other stuff. And then you poured the heaviest pours for Perry.
Yep. Just like the good old
I?
days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
look at ours and how mine and yours compared to what you
Well, I
did.
was in a hurry. I didn't mean to.
That's fine. It's fine.
We got to empty. Here, he doesn't have to drink it all. We got to empty.
Whatever
glass.
works. Hey man, look. It's fine. I'm not nervous. I don't have a lot of anxiety for, what's happening in 3 days.
Why is
I
your voice
didn't come
getting
into your
higher?
house and immediately go to your
Give me
toilet.
this.
Dude, it's fine.
No.
He doesn't have to drink it all.
Exactly. I will,
See.
but I don't have to. Anyway,
All
we're
right.
going to start with glass 1, move to glass 2, and then eventually end at glass 3.
We're all just going to talk about it.
We're all just going to talk about them. Of course, we don't necessarily have the same glasses or same whiskeys in all 3 of our glasses, 1, 2, and 3. But we will just kind of talk about what's going on here.
I will take this moment to, since we have somebody on the pod who actually has to taste through several things for their daily job. How do you go back and forth? Like, what's your process when you have you're trying to pick a barrel for some, help somebody, or you're trying to do a blend or something? What's your you're going to narrow it down as your favorite of these 3? What's your process?
So I group everything by base profiles. It's sweet, spicy, savory, fruity, and then I kind of go from there. So I talk to stores or whoever if I'm doing a blend. Everything goes into subcategories, and then that's where I piece it out from. So when I do my blends, I get a base layer that's gonna kind of be flat, and then I build upon it to add flavors to it. I'm not saying the base layer is going to be bad. It's just something that's gonna it can go either direction, and it can lift up the blend in the end. And then when I'm picking single barrels for people, if it's me doing it, then I do everything blind. If you come meet me for a barrel pick, it's blind. You don't know the age, proof, not even bourbon or rye. 9 times out of 10 when I do it, most people pick rye and they double back to a bourbon.
Of course.
Got them.
Yeah. Usually they'll pick a 7-year rye over an 8, 9, 10-year-old bourbon.
Sounds about right.
But that's my method. Now, if it's just me by myself and I'm trying to do stuff, I group it in a category. So it's is it sweet, fruity, what kind of fruit, and then I just kind of lump the barrels together, and that's just kind of how we arrange them in the warehouse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. This first one on my nose is
My glass number 1 is very familiar.
Mine is too. I'm at 50%, 60%. on the smell right now. So
Chad did have COVID. I don't know if we established that.
I did. So smell and taste are kind of messed up, but I get the basis of things too. It's like starting over. It's kind of fun because last time I had COVID, it was like 2 months before I could smell or taste anything. This time they're coming back faster, but
it's funny because that's exactly what happened with Swan, and I feel like his palate is better now than it was before he lost his taste and smell.
I don't know. He only drinks scotch.
No, that's
I can't wait to have an episode with him.
that's coming up soon.
Yep. Mine smells very familiar. It tastes familiar too. It's definitely, it's almost like a classic bottled and bond where you're like, I'm not getting a whole lot from it.
I'm kind of feeling the same way about my number one.
But I know it's 100 proof, and I'm like, this is probably a bottled and bond product.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like I can't. It's just classic bourbon to me. Like I'm not getting like a big hint of anything.
That's how exactly mine is like caramel, vanilla, oak, corn, sweet corn.
There's something on the back end of mine that I'm familiar with that I'm gonna hold off on talking about for just a moment.
Number 2, though. It smells. It smells fruity. It's got a lot of fruit on it. I don't know if I could pick this by nose if it was a bottled and bond.
There's a lot of corn on my number 2.
Palate though, definitely tastes 100 proof. I like it better than number 1.
I like my number 2 a lot.
Ooh. My palate on my number 2 is better than my nose.
See, I like the nose on my 1 better than my 2, but my palate on 2 better than my 1. So.
I will say though, they do not taste much different in age and proof. Like that's what we would expect. I'm saying like if doing this blind, if you didn't tell me these are bottled and bond, I would be like, these are very similar proofs in age. Yeah. There's nothing like, oh, this tastes older than it is.
Now, there was a point where I was thinking about like doing this blind just for you guys, but I also wanted to partake in the blindness of it all.
The cornness
as well.
With a K?
Yeah. Because I participated in the first blind. Yeah. So I wanted I wanted to be included.
Not everyone has to be involved, Perry.
Yeah, I know.
Stay in your lane.
I can't include everybody, I guess. But yeah, I think that it would have been fun to actually put these in like a true blind for you guys to see if you could pick out what the binding unit was.
Yeah. My number 3 smells completely, knowing the bottles that we have, this doesn't remind me of any of those.
Yeah, I think you and I have the exact same lineup, 1, 2, and 3.
My number 3 reminds me of my number 2 on the nose.
Mine's almost like, it's like a burnt, like a burnt crust smell. Interesting. It's a little flat. My number 3.
I was making my mustache dance.
Out of the 3,
you gave yourself a mustache, right?
Yeah. Come here, Chad, and ride my face.
Ride it. Come on, ride this mustache, baby.
Oh, my number 3 is so good.
See, I don't like number 3.
Chew.
Number 3 tastes a little stale to me.
My number 3 is a cherry bomb.
Really? Cherry bomb.
I hate that song.
Well, now it's stuck in your head.
Come on,
congratulations.
Yeah, my 3 is flat. I would say out of all 3, it's my least favorite on blind, and
it's because there's 3 of us.
Yeah, I'm scooting closer.
Just the 3 of us.
Let's get sweaty together.
Damn. Yeah, I think.
Sorry, audio listeners, love you to death. The way that Chad has now leaned into Eric is like he's intentionally trying to make him uncomfortable as a middle schooler.
Now, the last time I was on the show, I think Eric and I were actually sharing a seat. So
Yes, that's true.
This is an upgrade.
That was at my old house, right?
Yeah, that was your old house.
It's been a while. That's when we started hating each other.
Have you been to my new house?
I have not. We hated each other long before that.
That's true. We don't hate each other now. Give it about an hour. So what are we ranking these? We trying to guess?
Yeah, I would say as
I want to go through them one more time.
I would say as we're ranking them, we could probably give a guess as to what these are. I mean, it's not a you're not winning anything for it. You get a nice little no prize from Stan the Man Lee, I guess.
Stan the Man upstairs?
Sure.
The Korg?
You remember when Marvel used to give out no prizes?
Yeah. But I always, Stan, the Corgi upstairs, his middle name's Lee. Stanley, and I call him Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You're so clever.
He'll give you a prize and be peeing on you when he gets excited.
Oh, he's done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
He has done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
Mine does that.
That's why I told Chad when I got him, I said, you got to wait to play with the Corgis until afterwards. For one, you don't want to get peed on. Two, April's working and they'll go crazy.
April's got to do adult things.
She's like, yeah, I got to work while you're drinking
I don't
whiskey.
have time. I only have time for adult things.
Yeah. Adults without responsibilities.
I mean, I don't have kids, but
I almost said that must be nice, but
it's a real bad situation there. You're about to have a second one.
As you just had your second child.
Well, sorry, honey. I realized this was a mistake.
Things are not going great. I made a huge mistake.
Talk to me in 18 years.
I know my ranking and I know my guesses. So,
I do as well.
what you got?
All right. I think
Daddy?
I'm
What you got, Daddy?
okay. Moving on.
Daddy.
Okay. That's enough.
Daddy.
All right.
Daddy,
Chad, we'll start with you.
sausage?
Daddy would like some sausage. Daddy would like some too.
That's a deep cut.
Chad, we're going to start with you. You're the guest.
All right, I am a guest. I'm gonna go. So for me, my 2 and 3 are very similar. But for that, I'll go backwards. I'll go 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
In my rankings, and I'm going to guess Taylor's 1792 and Heaven Hill.
And that was also your ranking, like least favorite to favorite?
Favorite to least.
Favorite to least. So.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, so yeah, I'll go Heaven Hill, like least favorite. Left, I'm assuming Heaven Hill. Center 1792 bottom bond, and this I'm gonna say Taylor.
No. Your 1 and your 2, or excuse me, your 1 and your 3 are flipped.
1 and 3 are flipped. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
1 is the Taylor, 3 is the Heaven Hill.
I like that.
So wait, now you screwed me up.
Well, that's the original.
Yeah.
Right there.
So your favorite.
Your favorite is the Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
And
Here's
your
my 3. My least.
Your least favorite was the Taylor, which you
Yeah.
thought your favorite was the Taylor. So
Yeah, I was assuming just because I got a lot of cherry.
yeah.
So
Okay.
Go.
moving on.
Well, my rankings are 2, 1, and 3, and I think 2 is Taylor. I think 1 was 1792, and I think the third one, which I didn't like the most, was Heaven Hill.
Swap them. Swap your 2 and 3,
Swap the 2 and the 3.
and we have the same thing.
What?
Yep.
My God. So we're getting Taylor and Heaven Hill mixed up, and we're liking Heaven Hill
More than Taylor, yep.
More than Taylor, but we're thinking it's the other way around.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay. Well,
Let's see how Perry does.
yeah, right.
Did you hold on? Did you get a lot of cherry on what you thought was Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
I did too.
That's why I picked it.
Me too, man.
That's why I picked it. I thought my favorite, which was 2, like it smells like cherry Coke, and anybody who's listening knows Buffalo Trace,
Yeah.
Stag, Taylor, I'm always getting that heavy cherry Coke, and I got it on this.
Okay. Well, my favorite was my number 3, if you couldn't tell,
Okay.
which I thought was Taylor.
Okay.
Number 1 was my second favorite, which I'm pretty sure is the 1792 Bottled and Bond. And my least favorite was number 2, which I thought was Heaven Hill. So go ahead and tell me I'm wrong.
Number 1 is Taylor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Number 2 was 1792. Number 3 was Heaven Hill. I put them in the order of what I thought I would
Rank them.
That was how I remembered. I was like, I'm going to rank Taylor number 1 based on what I always know. Taylor number 1, 1792 Bottled and Bond, love it. It'll be number 2 right under Taylor, and I didn't think I was that much of a fan of the Heaven Hill. That's how I
Gotcha.
put it down.
So Perry, your favorite was what?
Number 3,
Number 3,
which was
Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I swear to God, I thought
Yeah, dude.
that batch is cherry bomb. Baby.
I was confident that number 1 was 1792 because I got nothing but banana on the back end.
See, I didn't get a lot of banana in that bottle.
I didn't either, but I had a little bit of fruit. Like I said, my palate's still like not 100%, but I got a little bit of fruit and a ton of caramel, and I'm like, that the sweet corn is why I thought, what's Taylor? I thought that was Heaven Hill. I was getting a ton of corn on my first glass.
I don't get a lot of banana. I have got banana. There is a Banner's pick that is full of banana over there.
Foolproof.
A Bottled and Bond.
Oh,
But I don't get a lot of banana on foolproof picks that are 1792.
there are a few. Yeah, I just don't get any banana.
Yeah.
On that, but it is.
So
caramel.
I was looking for banana, didn't get it, all that, but I don't know. That's crazy.
That Heaven Hill is just so
Let me- where's that
good.
bottle?
What's the batch code on that? Because
Here,
that
I
is
got
an amazing batch. Like,
How do you even see that? Here, you do it.
I think that's a fairly new bottle too. I think that's
I
the
don't
most recent one I
remember
bought.
liking that as much.
Oh, right?
That's why I was like, that's definitely Heaven Hill. I don't like it.
409-441252 batch.
What does that mean?
That's what's engraved on the bottle. So that should.
I mean, I thought you were going to like decode the message.
No, I don't know.
This
man.
was the July batch of 2021.
I mean, there's.
You work in the industry.
I don't work at Heaven Hill.
Oh.
Oh, actually, it's an A. So I assume usually your letters are your months. So that'd be January.
There you go. Use that knowledge you got now.
So 09. No, I don't know. Is that
September?
It could be no. That could be like January 9th, but 441.
Do they have a thing where you can just send the bottle to Heaven Hill and they'll be like, this was from...
and it gets lost in the mail.
No, you send the numbers.
You send it, I mean, they might. Buffalo Trace used to do that. I don't know if they
Yeah.
still do. But,
Anyway, this was good.
yeah, that's great, man.
I would have never thought I would have picked this over Taylor.
No.
Or even
I
the
thought-
1792.
I thought 1792 was going to be my favorite.
How long
honestly,
have
but-
you had that Taylor?
A while. I think.
Well, that
Yeah,
does have
I don't know.
the pick that up. The first two numbers should be the year on it on the laser code.
Laser code conspiracies.
No, we don't do laser codes of rare character. If you see a code, it's because it was put on there by the manufacturer.
You put some codes on bottles you're giving me.
9-2.
92?
1992.
That's the first. It says LL92.
Let's see, 25D. So we got a
D,
May.
get this dick.
We got April. Is that April? April 26th of 2022.
2022?
Okay. So, I mean, not that long,
I was just curious.
you know?
That's all.
But
I
I'm
was
just
wondering.
saying, like, it.
That's
I don't
crazy.
Anyway.
All right.
do you guys
Blend
drink?
them.
That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do the
While
blend.
we're doing that, what have you guys been drinking recently?
Well,
Chad.
Nothing.
Chad, I've been
Not
doing this. He's just
shit.
been drinking do you have to
Water.
tape. You've been taping boxes up.
I've been
Eating a
taping.
little
Yeah, taping boxes up. No,
Eating glue.
Eating tape.
Eating tape and glue.
no glue. They don't give me glue. A lot of that emergency. You know, your
Emergency.
yeah.
your 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Because I couldn't taste it. So I mean, that shit was just like I just It says 4 to 6 ounces or 6 to 8 ounces.
Mainlining it.
And I was just like,
Just snorting it.
yeah.
Dang.
no, I was
I'm
putting
gonna
it in
clip
like
that.
2 ounces of
If
water.
you don't put that in the main video, please send that to me.
Pablo, we got something to tell you, man.
Getting my vitamin C fix.
Your star employee
Vitamin
is
C
he's got
for
a problem
cocaine.
for Colombian Stardust.
I got this Colombian barrel here.
Pablo's,
It's real good, guys. Pick it.
It's just for me. It's just for me. Nobody else can touch it. Just
My
mine.
barrel.
Pablo's Colombian.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, probably don't need to put this on the episode.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's all fine.
Moving right along.
What have I been drinking? Well, I just saw Perry
one asked.
like
Perry,
2
what have you
days
been
ago.
drinking?
Oh, Perry, what have you been drinking?
Well, you talk first.
He asked.
Oh.
He's the guest. He asked
Yeah,
first.
I care about Perry right now.
Well, last night on my live stream, I had it was my last live stream before the baby, of course. So I won't be doing that for probably about a month. I wanted to.
Are you going to live stream the birth?
No,
Oh,
they don't even let you like do video anymore. Anyway, so live stream last night. I wanted to pair my favorite Oktoberfest beer with bourbon. See what
Iyengar?
would work. Yes,
love that
the
beer.
Iyengar Oktoberfest,
anger.
which I brought one over for you to drink too, and you did not care for it nearly as much as I do.
I'm not a big beer drinker.
I know
You're not. You're
I
not.
know. But it is genuinely my favorite Oktoberfest beer.
It's good beer.
So let me ask you guys this. I've
Okay.
never really thought about it other than it just comes out October. What makes it Oktoberfest?
So the whole point in an Oktoberfest beer is it's brewed for fall.
Okay.
So it is brewed. So the whole idea with like spices and all that kind of stuff getting put in there, it's a German thing. So they were putting this in there as it's getting colder. People working in the fields, people doing a lot of manual labor. The beer was also like a meal to them. Like that was to keep their bellies full.
Thick.
Yes.
Okay.
The spices were meant to just be different. And it started as a way to like make them feel warm without feeling warm because they're still not like high in ABV.
Yeah.
But that's really it. It's just beers brewed.
So it's the pumpkin spice latte of beer.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like now you see pumpkin beers.
I'll own it.
No, I'm not saying
Yeah.
like it's like fall comes around, people are getting ready for their pumpkin spice stuff.
Yeah.
Beer drinkers, Oktoberfest come around.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you ever see like a Marzen, it's brewed in March for the fall.
I did
So,
not know that.
Yeah.
I figured it was just it comes out in October. That's all I knew about it. All right, sorry.
No, it's fine. So I my initial favorite Oktoberfest beer and bourbon pairing was Sam Adams Oktoberfest and just straight up Buffalo Trace bourbon. And I stand by that pairing. Like it's still very, very good. So when I went into this pairing, I thought, well, I'll start with Buffalo Trace and see how it goes. Did not work. Like straight out of the gate was not the right pairing. So I went through quite a few trying to find it. And wouldn't you know it,
Wild Turkey 101.
Wild Turkey 101.
Never would have guessed.
Never would have guessed. It is perfectly nutty. I mean, it's got the exact right balance. Brought out just enough of like a woodiness too in the beer as well to give it, just enough extra flavor.
Yeah.
It was perfect. I mean,
I would not expect. I would actually be disappointed if you didn't say that. It would have either been that or Knob Creek.
Yeah, that was my second
Well,
guess.
I tried the new Beam Black, and it just wasn't doing it.
So you went back
So-
actually.
Back to black.
You went
Oh,
black.
I went back from black. Yes,
you
I
did.
did.
Once you go,
I did. But
Wow.
I didn't want see like my thinking was
be done.
if that was the experience I had
I
with
mean,
the
that's one.
we're moving on. If that was the experience I had with the Beam product, I may as well just move away from the Beam family
Get out,
in
Beam.
general, So, and I was trying to do something that was, I didn't want to do a Knob Creek single barrel, right? Because those are all too subjective. So I,
There you go.
I did what I had to.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I mean, that's really the primary thing. I'll tell you what I've also been drinking recently, and that's my daily dose of Magic Mind, which is a mental performance elixir meant to help you reclaim your brain with their magic formula of real ingredients and magic properties. And I, of course, have been drinking Magic Mind recently alongside my morning coffee or my morning Celsius as we have transitioned into the new baby life experience in this crazy world. And it has been a lifesaver as things have only increased in insanity. And I got to tell you, too, things have gotten a lot smoother and quicker in my daily workflow. And Magic Mind is doctor validated after over 10 years of development and hundreds of recipe iterations and over 200 scientific studies behind every ingredient. And they also donate 5 cents for each bottle sold to mental health charities that help homeless communities in the U.S., and they are 100% carbon neutral. And they also ship internationally to over 65 countries. Magic Mind also has helped bring me less stress. They're giving me more focus and clarity. And they also have given me a massive increase in steady energy throughout my day. And we want to offer you, our listeners, too, the chance to try their productivity shots as well. If you click the link in our podcast description or head to magicmind.com/bourbon, that's magicmind.com/bourbon, and use our code bourbon20, that's bourbon20, bourbon20 at checkout, you can get 48% off your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase. Once again, that is magicmind.com/bourbon, and use the code bourbon20 at checkout to get 48% off your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase. And we want to say thank you to Magic Mind for supporting my mental health, my focus and clarity, and for supporting This Is My Bourbon podcast.
I feel like, if Jimmy drank anything other than, I feel like he's like a Coors Light guy.
100%. Or Miller.
Or Miller.
Yeah.
He would appreciate that pairing, but he's probably never even had an Oktoberfest.
Definitely not. No.
Like that's not his wheelhouse.
Well, I still stand by my bar drink of Miller High Life and Turkey 101.
Back in the
Again. That is my favorite, going to a show or just going to the bar.
So that one time, you sent me a picture. You had Mick Ultra.
Yeah, when we went to Take It Back Sunday.
You had Mick Ultra.
Mick Ultra Tall Boy. Eric, what have you been drinking?
I've had one pour since the last time we recorded.
Which was 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
Because we doubled up this week.
Yeah, and it's very fitting because I opened this bottle a couple weeks ago. It's actually a rare character single barrel. It is the TK, one of the TKOs. And it's got cookies on it. Chocolate chip.
Nope, that's a Rio.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I promise you. I'll bet money.
Sorry, a Rio. Yeah, I know because I sent you a picture of it. It's a Rio. Perry, edit that, make me sound better.
I'm not.
Shit. No, it's a Rio. Sorry.
I'm already taking care of enough children.
Yeah, that's true. But
That's fair.
it honestly, it's one of those. I'm lucky enough to have people be like, this is a very mutant bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is one thing, I'll be completely honest. This is episode 350. I got to get a little emotional every once in a while. That is one of my favorite things about Perry bringing me onto the podcast is people getting to know me a little bit more and getting not... I don't know. It's cool when people are like, you should try this. This is a mutant bottle. Like,
yeah,
the fact that, that's pretty cool. Like, if people they listen, they know what I like, and they follow along and all that. So this was a very mutant bottle. I got to thank Chad. He gave me some bottles for my birthday. Appreciate Chad and Rare Character. But there was this single barrel in there
Not
that
me.
had, do what?
I said, but not me.
What?
Right now I'm Chad MyDailyBourbon. I'm not Chad with Rare Character.
Oh, my bad. Chad, My Daily Bourbon. Is that a thing?
Who are you thinking?
What?
What are we doing?
No, he's thinking Chad with rare character. I said right now I'm Chad's I'm two separate.
Yeah.
people.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
All right, move on.
But anyway, so this bottle, rare character, like the single barrels, they have pictures, and sometimes people try to make it look like what they taste and stuff. And this has cookies on it, and it's been one of those that I instantly liked. And I said when I had it the other day, I said, I'm not having anything today, but also I got off work and I was like, having one pour.
One pour. One man.
Just give me one pour. And I went back to that cookie bottle. So I appreciate the cookie bottle. So where's it? I don't know if I can I say where it's from?
I don't even remember where it's from. So yeah, go ahead.
I think it's a deli, a meat market.
Minden Meat Deli.
Meat market.
You and your meat markets, man.
Yeah, man.
Meat market cookies.
It's a shame we don't have a new Patreon subscriber this week.
Meat cookies. Either way, it does not taste like meat cookies.
Meat cookies.
But that's the only thing I had. So I got to say thanks to Chad for that.
What in the demon barber of...
Yeah. Thank you to Perry, because that was another, he said, this is a mutant. I got to give it to you. This is a mutant bottle. And people send me samples and they send me DMs and they say, this is very mutant style. And I don't think that I would get that if it wasn't for the podcast.
Well,
so thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for...
probably not. I mean, because our feud started before the podcast, but I feel like we wouldn't be this close without the podcast.
It's true. So
I mean, seriously, like that's not even being funny. That's just I mean, like
we may just be talking on the internet and we do stuff, but like
we'd probably still just be like DMing each other like once a month.
Adding the podcast into this, like it's definitely like 100% kayfabe out the door. Despite how sometimes people are like, he's just mad sometimes about things. No, like the friends I've got through the podcast is better than any sample, any bottle, any like media event or event that I didn't get involved, stuff like that. The friends along the way.
Are you being entitled?
Maybe.
All right, what? I sound like I was doing a lawyer commercial.
Fair.
Are you being entitled?
Are you being entitled? Join the podcast.
Did rare character not send you a box?
No, pound law. That's all.
But I genuinely just want to say, I feel like every time we do an anniversary style episode or a mark, I do. I thank the podcast for the friends I have, the friends that send me messages, send me samples, and call me the mutant. Like, I never would have thought whiskey mutant would actually be something that people like say,
latch
hey,
on
mutant.
to. Yeah.
Hey, mutant.
Yeah.
Mutant this, mutant that. And like, I just took it. Now I call myself the mutant. I'm like, whiskey mutant this, whiskey mutant that. So I thank you for that.
Yeah, man. And thank you for, I say this every time every time that we do an anniversary episode too. I was in I was in desperate need of a new co-host when
you just
came
gave
along,
it to anybody.
And no,
like, you got the job. I was like, I haven't even walked in.
Perry walked over to the
But, like-
barrel and he was like, fish.
and I had a rifle and but you were like the perfect fit. And when I asked you to be a part of it, aside from double checking with April, I mean, which was fair, which was completely fair. And I mean, I would have had to do the same thing with Lucy if the opportunity came up, for me as well. Your answer was pretty immediately yes, which was just a huge blessing to me and to the show. And I was kind of questioning the future of the podcast at that point. That was 3.5 years ago now.
That's wild.
2.5 years ago.
I don't know. You're the one that always tells me. I'm always like, I've been on this show since 2015.
It was 2.5 years ago because
it's been 20 years.
No, it was 3.5 years ago.
You got BM, before Mutant, and then you got
AM.
BS before Swan. And then, but it honestly at this point, it just kind of seems like
bullshit.
Yeah, BS.
Now we're in
bowel movements and bullshit.
We're in ME, mutant era.
Mutant era?
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
You have the attitude.
Mutant era.
That's right.
Is that what everybody says about? They're like, I'm in my this era.
Yeah.
God,
That's a Taylor Swift thing.
I know.
But-
That's what I was saying.
But yeah, it was 2021 when you joined the show.
We're hitting on 2025. Yeah. 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you'll have been on the show for 4 years next summer.
I think it's like
Which is
what,
wild.
July or August officially.
Yeah.
So next summer.
Which is crazy. And I mean, to be coming up on 7 years next month.
And you'll be here for half of it, brah.
Bruh.
But you know, at 350 episodes, I mean, just again, like saying that out loud is so bizarre to me. But it's still the best.
All because I hired Swan to work at Total Wine.
Yeah, it's not because I didn't know Swan before that. We didn't go to college together.
I'm
We
saying
did- yeah.
I hired.
He's saying that's the reason.
That's why he's
Swan
here.
had to work.
Oh, okay.
because
I
I
gotcha.
hired him at Total Wine.
Oh yeah. That's true. Actually, those two things are not unconnected. There's a
There's 100% connected.
yeah.
Everything works in mysterious
And I mean, you
ways.
wouldn't be here without that either, Chad.
And then, do you think you would be doing what you do if it wasn't for working at Total Wine? Do you think? It probably helped a little bit.
Well, that's a 50-50 toss-up because I knew
If you had been still working at Walmart, do you think you would have wound up at
knew
Rare Character?
Pablo pre-Total Wine. So yeah, probably.
What were you doing before Total Wine?
Worked at Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, I was a traveling. Basically, if your store is a dumpster fire and I showed
You
up
had to
there,
go bring it back up. To
you
life?
were probably losing your job.
So Pablo loved Hobby Lobby. Yeah, you heard it here first on This Is My Bourbon Podcast.
Probably
Pobly Lobley.
No. At that point, that was Rare Characters. Actually, when was the first time I was on a show with both of you guys? That was probably 21, right? When I brought over some Rare Character bottles. That would have been like a few months after you officially run the
What were you on
podcast.
the-
Probably.
Yeah.
Was that?
Because I joined Rare Character in 23. And I came over to Perry's Garage that time. And it was a Chad My Daily Bourbon episode. And I brought over some Rare Character stuff. That probably would have been 21 because Rare Character's not been around a long time.
Interesting. I don't know. I don't have any concept of that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. The other day could be anywhere between yesterday and birth.
yeah,
So,
right.
I just remember the time you're like, let's go to Nulu. We went to Nulu, baby.
I still don't know exactly what year that was either.
It was the year.
Was
that
it 2022?
McDonald's had the secret menu,
Or was it 2023?
No, that
was not 2023.
I didn't. Make
Are
that.
you sure?
Yeah, no, I promise you that. That
Oh,
was,
yeah, that's
that
right.
That was 20,
It had to have been 22.
early, it had to be 22. Yeah, early 22.
Do they have
What's
any indication on these?
Spin it around to the back. Oh, you covered it with a sticker.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, I did. 22. See it right there. I left just enough. I knew that this would happen, and we had to see. So,
All right, folks. This is going to be it's a different review.
why?
I don't know.
What's it different about it?
Well,
It's
the
in a
guy,
box.
the guy that made it's here.
Oh,
Hey, so we're gonna be talking with him about it while we're drinking about it too. But this is the first limited release, right? What are y'all actually calling this?
Explain it. Dang.
Why the big sigh?
So originally it was called single batch, which is dumb because that just means one. So we threw that out after I cussed about it a lot. So this is called limited
cuss.
release.
Limited release.
So currently, as it stands now, this SRP is $80 to $85. If you see it, I mean, we don't control that.
There's
That
not
should-
going to be a box on the shelf, though.
no box on the shelf. It'll just be a bottle.
The box is for media,
but we are
and friends.
Yes, we are suggesting between $80 and $85. I've heard it's gone up. People have seen as high as 90. What's in there? We good.
It's alive. It's not broke.
It's not broke because it came in my car. So we're starting this as a limited release to see if people actually do want batches. So we have Fortuna Barrel Proof, which is a batch product, but this will be like a more affordable. There's no like Fortuna. It's going to be an 8-year age statement going forward. We're going to release 8 summers. We're about to bottle that soon, and this was crowdsourced. So the artwork was done. They did it through surveys.
They say why there's a llama on it.
That's what I'm.
That's what he's about to talk about, bro.
So every batch is going to have a theme to it, and the first batch was llamas.
Okay.
So there was a barrel pick a while back that had a neon llama on it, and
Look, got you a shirt.
which is not a Riff Raff or a Jody High Roller names somehow, but yeah.
I like that.
I can't wait to lose more weight.
Is that your new goal shirt?
It's got to be.
That's a good.
Because I'm an XL.
That's a good goal, though.
Yeah. Once I fit in this shirt, once you see me wearing this shirt, you will know that I've lost more weight. Oh shoot! Popped a button.
Well,
That's not a good sign.
But
In my favorite shirt, Eric, you haven't made a joke yet.
I was saving it for later.
Yeah, sure you were. Uh-huh.
crowdsourced the llama for artwork. People loved it. I don't love it, but I love the. Hold on. But I love the art direction we went
I want to
with
clip
it.
this
So, I mean, they know that. I speak very loud and very honest. To my
I've
bosses.
I've went over to see what you do sometimes, and there's people in that building that cuss at you.
They do cuss
a
at me.
lot.
A lot every time.
Oh, is it Abby and Josh
No.
doing it normally?
Well, Josh doesn't work there, and Abby's not there a lot. So
Oh, okay.
This is random people that they're like, "F you, Chad."
Yeah.
I was like,
that's how it goes.
I like these people. These are my people right here.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
save the llama for your mama.
Yeah. But so limited release right now, testing the waters. If people actually like it. If not,
Beat you with a billy club.
that's what I do. But yeah.
That's true.
It's got a pull tab.
Well,
So it's got
first of all, thank you.
Pull tab for all you who don't like using knives.
You actually made a video on Instagram showing people how to open rare.
Which I thought was hilarious.
Well, so that's how I open all wax bottles. Seal box.
there was so much vitriol in that video.
Seal box or the tabs they use are terrible. They always break on me. Even some of the new Lou tabs.
You hear that,
break on
Brian?
me. I've told Brian. Every video I open a seal box stuff, I go to open it and it rips, and then I'm like, ah.
We said something about a seal box bottle a few weeks ago, and we kind of jokingly were like, they're not going to hear this. They're fine. And then Brian commented on the video, and he was like, oh, I heard it.
What did we say?
I think we were talking about how the cork sucked.
Oh. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
People that hear it are.
Oh, it
always
was the
people
double oaked episode.
We like that bottle.
No, we loved the bottle, but we were dunking on the cork because it was
okay.
so hard to get out.
Gotcha.
And we were like, nah, they're fine. Like, it doesn't matter that we're saying this. And his comment was, oh, I heard it.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so this is all Kentucky bourbon.
All Kentucky bourbon.
Two.
So it's 5.5 year to 15 year. So the 5.5 year component is Kentucky wheat bourbon, and that is a custom mash contracted by Pablo. There's 8.5 year in there, and then there's 15 year, and the 15 year is a rye bourbon. So it's second dominant grain is rye. But yeah, 5.5 to 15 year batch one.
Oh my gosh.
Is it Perry proof?
Apparently so.
Come on, Perry. You got this.
Perry proof, is that what you said?
Perry proof.
Yeah, Perry proof.
Come on, baby.
I'm getting there, man.
Look, that shirt, the muscles are busting out of there.
Look at them arms.
Give it a good one. Put it in the mic. Never mind. Yeah. Oh.
It's even better the second time.
It actually was better the second time.
That's what she said.
Just like my wedding night. Anyway.
The second wedding?
No, never mind.
He was married twice?
No, dude.
News to me.
You never told
Spread
me
it
this.
far and
You're
wide.
missing-
Breaking news. Perry Ritter married twice.
To the same woman.
She divorced you on the first night? That's crazy.
No. We got married, divorced, and then married again.
Oh. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. I'm going to use the rare character glass, I think.
Do it.
As long as it's... Is it clean? I think it's clean.
Well, I'm hoping Chad's not putting dirty glasses in people's boxes.
Well, you know how sometimes like glasses get dirty in transit because they're in,
A box?
yeah.
I mean, transit
packing
is
materials.
literally from
You know what else is in a box?
me to here.
Samples? on Simply Irresistible, our Patreon-only podcast, which you can hear by heading to patreon.com/MyBourbon Podcast for as little as $5 a month. You get bonus content, but as little as $1 a month, you can directly support the show.
I was going to say a dick, but
that's where.
But I forgot to do our
Dick in a
mid-roll
box.
ad for something. So we're doing Patreon today. We also normally, or we used to do a recurring segment called Barrel Rings, which we don't do as much anymore. But that's a segment of the show that you can participate in by leaving us a voicemail or sending us a text to the number 859-428-8253. I was just going to let you guys take that. That was beautiful. 859-428-8253. Leave us a voicemail or a text message. We will listen to it or read it out here on the show. Maybe once I get back, have a couple messages built up and do a little barrel ring segment.
Put it in the corner here.
Yeah, so we'll do a little tasting here. I want you, Chad, as well, to kind of talk about the blending process about this particular product, because this is not the first blending project that you've had with Rare Character. First of all, I want you to talk about the challenges that you had with putting this one together, and second of all, as far as like Fortuna and the barrel proof products, what did you learn from those that contributed to putting this one together?
So to start off, we'll go with like the baseline of what this is first. So it's a 5.5 year wheat bourbon. And so batch 1 and 2 it's not the exact same like tit for tat blend, but it's the same baseline whiskey that I built upon. So remember like a few minutes ago when I said
you start with a crust and you start building on it.
That's
you're making
right.
a pie, you're making a pizza, you're doing something.
I want to make a baseline profile that is good on its own, but it's a little flat. It's not accentuating in one way or the other. So basically I found barrels, these wheat barrels that were not overly one direction. Oh, and what makes this unique is the wheat bourbon is 2 different types of corn. So it's got a white corn and a red corn in it.
Oh.
So technically a 4 grain, but we're not calling it a 4 grain. The blend's a 4 grain, but yeah, the wheat bourbon is white corn, red corn, wheat, and malt, in that order. But so it's got some uniqueness to it.
I love the nose.
I do too.
Thank you. I do too.
Fluffy's like, I actually didn't like it.
This one sucks.
This is not even a good
I was
one.
under a lot of pressure and I had to put it out very quickly.
That is true too. Not quickly. No, it's not quickly.
Yeah,
but you were under pressure.
There was
though.
pressure.
Yeah, of course.
We did not meet the timeline we set, but there was a lot of pressure to get this done. And that's internal pressure. It's not like the market, like distributors were like, this was all from us. But really the goal here was to have access. So we wanted to hit a price point. The goal is a price point. When I started with Rare Character a year and a half ago, my goal was to do a $50, $60 price point bottle. That's just not realistic. Not for our cost. So then it was like 70, 80. And so that's why we're hovering between the 80, 85 mark, because to put the 15-year-old bourbon in there, we kind of had to go the price with it. What? Go ahead.
Oh, he spilled it on him.
Somehow. I don't know.
I heard.
I swirled the same way that I have for as long as I've been drinking whiskey, and it's somehow sloshed out of the glass.
I don't know if it's like me. If I can get you all to agree on this, then I know it's not just me. Mm-hmm. But so having the wheat component in this, I've had some wheat stuff lately that doesn't remind me as much of wheat as what it normally does.
I agree.
I get a darker sweet note on this as opposed to like when I usually get wheat, I'm getting like a bright strawberry and stuff. This is it's dark. If you see on the video, it's dark.
Yeah.
And it smells dark.
Well,
sweet.
Think about the high wheat Bardstown Bourbon Company that we just reviewed.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that was nothing like wheated bourbons that we
you go
normally
into
have.
it thinking like, I know a wheated bourbon. I know all this. It's going to be strawberries. It's going to be this. But this is like sweet, like molasses. Yeah. Like that, like pancake syrup, like maple sweet to me, not strawberry sweet. So I'm just making sure that's not just me.
Well, no, not at all. And I mean, the 8.5 component in here, which I can't really talk about, but there's probably more than 8.5 than anything in this, but there's the 15, there's a hefty amount of 15 in here too.
What are you doing?
Your dark arts glass is misshapen. Am I crazy?
No, it's a China glass.
What do you mean? That sounds racist.
It's from a company called China Glass.
Oh, so it's not an actual Glencairn?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Macaulay's left of center.
Well, it's
actually Matt gave me
you
that.
pay like $6 for that or whatever
Yeah.
they cost. I don't know what they cost.
And
but
$2
plus etching for
Yeah.
that's like $1
Yeah, fair enough.
with etching.
Really?
So
And they would never know the difference.
You'll never know. We got to get the glasses in here. We got to get the cheap ones. Save money.
Anyway.
I was trying to think of a jingle.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
But I
You can
couldn't
hear
think of
my slow bells.
All right,
Uh,
cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you guys for being
drink
here.
This. Thank you.
Happy 350 episodes to me, I guess.
No matter what, you got to get it. It's all about me in the
Yeah.
end, don't you? Damn.
Way to make me feel
It tastes
Whoa.
dark too, dude. I want to say like it's an instant like, and I'm not just shitting on you on that. I'll go into more detail.
No, I want honesty. And I've had people who don't love it, and I don't expect people to love it. This is meant to just be like
No,
an affordable product.
I'm saying it's an instant like.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely.
Before I go into details of what I'm getting and all that, I will say, I think I've told you this. I know I've told Perry this. The amount of growth that you have done as a blender is really impressive.
100%. I completely agree.
Thank you.
I've had Fortuna that I didn't like, and I told you about it. I didn't like it. You literally
Took that feedback.
you
and said,
took that feedback.
How can I
and
make
you
this
were
better?
like, I'm going to make once again a mutiny style one.
Yeah, and I mean, like the original, did you have a hand in the original Fortuna?
I did not. No, that was before my time. That was Pablo. Fortuna 102 is a blend of 102 started at 6 year. Fortuna barrel proof, we weren't even going to do a blend of. That was going to all be single barrels. They wanted that to be single barrels. I begged for forgiveness later. This is before I went on a trip to New York and blended up 4 batches. And it's just like, I'm going to do what I want. Come on, Pookie.
I run Rare Character.
We're going to burn this mother down. No.
These barrels are mine.
I did it I was told to put together a batch of Fortuna, which by that they meant like, give us the barrel number so we know what we're dumping.
Right.
And I was just like,
No.
turning the faucet on, just pouring shit. And did that. So batch 1, and I told everyone, like my first 5 batches, I had like the everyman's batch, the basic batch. The second batch was like the spice bomb. The third batch was like the sweet bomb. The fourth batch was...
Well, I like that because you don't want them all to be the same.
No, and I didn't want... And they were all different, lots of barrels, and I tasted every barrel and kind of paired them together. Like, we didn't bottle any of that till like November, and all this started in like July. So in July, I was already working on piecing all those together. And because everything we bought, every blend we do, we let sit in a blending tote for at least a month. Because you don't want to just blend it and then bottle it. Because if it's not kind of melted together, you're not going to get the flavors you want. And it could completely change. You know, it's like, man, do we need to add a barrel to it? Should we, take some out and rebarrel it? Should we, or just say, screw it, this batch is a waste. But, and then when, we started with this year, same thing there. I took all the feedback from last year and the feedback you guys gave me. Because I think the batch you didn't care for originally was like batch 4, which was what I called the funky batch. Because there were some barrels in there that had like a lot of lactone, which is like where you get like coconut and like moldy vanilla notes. Not that those it wasn't a bad, I didn't think it was a bad batch. I chose those barrels because I'm like, man, these are very weird. Let's see how they work together.
Right.
And that some people, that was their favorite. Some people didn't like it at all. I mean, that's just how it is. Not everything I'm going to do is going to be the best or for everybody, but it's a learning experience. So I took what you and other people said and was like, all right, next 2-3 batches, here's what I'm going to do. And here's how we're going to focus. Same thing with this. I take all the feedback, good, bad, ugly, and it's going to grow. So I've already got the first 2 batches of this done. I'm about to bottle the second
batch 2? Or you've got batch 2 ready to go,
Batch 2 is going to be bottled on Tuesday.
Wow.
Like this coming week, yeah.
You putting that in a box too?
I am not doing any more of these boxes.
But yes,
We would love the opportunity to review that as well if the chance comes around.
More fucking media, Perry.
there's no media. But yes, all that to say, you continue to grow as a blender.
Yes.
And I can 100% say I see it in your work, and I appreciate that. That's all I want to say.
It's so fun to have friends who are doing cool stuff. You know, I said this on like a live stream I did over a year ago, where I was talking about you doing stuff with Rare Character and Chad and Sarah putting out, you know, their old fashioned mix too, and it's just like awesome that we know so many people
It is.
who are
It is.
just
And it's
doing really cool
It's like
things.
wrestling. Like we have a
Oh, yeah.
you know, we have Matt from Wrestling with Whiskey and on TNA Wrestling,
Dude.
and then we go and drink bourbon with him, and he lets us go to wrestling.
Dude,
He sends us tickets. Like it's so cool.
Going back to episode 1 too, Tanner is a huge wrestling fan, right? I told him about Matt throwing in the tips and bits line. He was floored. Like he texted me, I texted him about it like on a Tuesday evening, and like Wednesday the next day he texted me, he was like, I've been thinking about this for literally 24 hours. And it was and like the way that I put it to him was like, dude, you were a part of this.
Yeah.
Like, not only is it something that you had a hand in shaping, but like something that you genuinely love has like come back around to you as well, you know? And like, you know, he had to leave the podcast because he had other things going on in his
Became a
life.
wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. But it's so cool to have the world get smaller in some ways and connections be made in different ways. And we're like, I recognize my good fortune to be able to sit here and talk about this.
Well, one of my favorite things to say is the world's so big, but the bourbon world's so small. And it's either, I hate the idea of it being like a boys club, but it's either you're in or you're out kind of thing with the whiskey world.
I know.
But in the same sense of like, if you know someone that it's, 6 degrees of separation, but it's crazy because in bourbon, it's like 2 degrees, it's literally.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
Like,
Just don't be annoying to
don't
people.
be a dick.
See?
Yeah.
Just because you know somebody, be nice, be patient. Don't be annoying to them.
Yeah.
You want to review this thing?
I do. I hate to like use the point system in front of the guy who made it though.
That's the whole point. That's the whole
The point is the point.
I agree. I would feel bad if
He
we
knew
didn't,
what he was
though.
doing when he came on here.
So nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is
Are
out
you
of
gonna
5.
review your own whiskey?
I will not.
I think that's fair. Each category is out of 5. We give it a final score out of 20. I'm just thinking, sorry about the last time we had a chat on the podcast, which was a couple months ago, and me trying to revamp the point system.
Oh, that was some. Me and Chad Perkins were both confused.
Yeah.
we were
Don't
like,
do that.
What?
Yeah, that was a bad move on my part. Anyway, Eric, what are you giving the nose on here?
Nose. I will say, I'm going back by my roller coaster review system. We're going to start out high, man. I give the nose a 4. I having some Rare Character maple finish stuff before and some like Wilderness Trail maple finish. I would almost think this was a maple finish bourbon on the nose, like straight up. Like when you get a
does remind me of that,
good maple finish thing, it's like it doesn't taste artificial maple. I mean, we've had stuff that's like this is finished in maple, and they probably had it in a place out in their backyard. It was a good time.
Yeah.
But this smells.
All right.
This smells like a really good blended maple finish bourbon.
How are you so much louder on this microphone?
Probably because I'm not used to putting it right on my mouth.
It's crazy.
Very, very, very mapley, but in a good way. No artificial. I'm smelling a well-rounded maple finish bourbon.
I completely agree with you. I am also going to give the nose before. I think this is it's the strongest component here to me. It is easily it's very inviting to me as well. Incredibly layered, incredibly complex. I think that with, how long have we been talking about this? 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Years.
Yeah. 20 years. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
It's only gotten better with airtime too. I mean, this was a fresh crack. Chad, too, have you felt like this has evolved past what you felt like it was with the initial blend?
Oh, yeah.
Too?
So, yeah, I mean, like when I did the initial blend, it's 1,000 liters in a tote. It's in a plastic tote. And then I got to vacuum the air out so that, the proof don't drop. And so
you suck it out with your mouth.
Yeah, I go
with a really long straw.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. McDonald's actually made me this custom straw.
They have the best straws.
They do.
They have the best straws. I agree. I agree. Gotta agree.
I mean, they don't break. They don't split.
No,
Chick-fil-A has
they got a
the
little bit more girth on them
They do.
and stuff.
It's like the in between of a milkshake straw and a regular straw.
Yeah, dude. It gets all up in you. Just feels good in your mouth.
Yeah, it's like that perfect like.
Yep.
Okay, so
what?
This is key.
Back on track. I know. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like
I'm the one who's derailing here.
You are.
Yes.
Jesus. Let us do our
Let it
thing,
roll,
Perry.
baby. Come on.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, good time.
Great country,
Good
B105.
Oh, God.
But yes, so I lock everything in the tote. I taste it once a week. I'll even go in there with like a drill and this long stainless steel like thing and swirl it up occasionally. And then I tell everyone this. You can taste something from a barrel and you think the experience is cool. You can taste it from a tote when you blend it and you think that it's all right, but nothing tastes better than a final finished product once it's bottled. Once it goes through those pumps, those filters, and it gets all that aeration to it, it's like it's why you put wine in a decanter.
Sure.
It aerates, the oxygen gets to it, goes through that process. When it hits the bottle, that's the best version of that whiskey that it's ever going to be. From barrel to tote, whatever. Once it hits the bottle, it's the best version. So having it go from when I initially blended it to now, when I initially blended it, it was this really, really, really strong. I think there is a lot of smokiness to it from the red corn and the wheat bourbon. Also from the 15-year had a lot of smokiness to it as well. But some of that died off and it brought out a lot of those fruit components, the 8-year, once it got bottled. So I tell everyone, like, you can taste the sample, you can taste the initial blend. Nothing tastes better than the final product. Whether you like the final product or not, that's the best form of it.
Sure.
So
What do you give the palate?
I'm giving the palate of 3.5.
Okay.
3.5 here for me. Going back to it on multiple revisits. There's a sips. Thank you. That's the word.
Redrinks.
350 dadgum episodes.
Redrinks. Going back on that redrink, man.
let me re-drink this.
I'm going to start using that.
Sure,
Yeah.
fine.
Next
Why
69,
not?
I'm
You
gonna
know
do
what?
it.
I'm going to own it.
I'm going to redrink
Re-drink
this.
Let me re-drink my water right now.
Yeah.
Going back.
Get a little redrink.
Going
of this
back on
Coke
multiple
Zero.
sips. Re-drinking it. There's like a marshmallow note that I wasn't getting before.
Oh,
which I'm-
I definitely get the marshmallow.
I'm
note.
very fond of, for sure.
It's funny you say that because I'll tell you in a second what I get.
Okay.
Marshmallow.
It's become
It's a little bit more complex than just marshmallow.
but I wasn't noticing it before. Whatever. Got me good. It increasingly became more layered over time too. I think initially I was getting like a lot of barrel char. It was just like oak forward more than anything. But slowly it became sweeter. It just like introduced itself as more of a, just a sweet bourbon. I'm not trying to hyperfixate on the weeded bourbon component of this, because I think we both heard that, and that's where our minds have kind of stuck.
Yep.
But there is a 15-year-old component of this too.
And to interject real quick, I'm not going to give off my ratios or anything. 'Cause I care more about the flavor than
Of course,
than the aggregated
You're not
mash
gonna
bill
do like
or
that-
the ratio. I'm not going to
That
do the BB.
OKI where they put like 15 ratios on there.
No, I am not.
Okay.
I don't want to
good.
do that.
I
But
can't read that long.
what I will say is I think because wheat bourbon, we can all agree, I think takes a lot longer to mature.
Absolutely.
And you notice the grain a lot more.
Yeah.
I pinpoint on the 8-year because the 8.5 year, because I think that was the most key portion of this for me. So like I said in the beginning, where I make a flat blend and kind of layer onto it, the 15-year only came into play because I said at that time I thought it needed oak.
Sure.
So like when I'm blending this as I go, I'm like, oh, it needs oak. And I've got these barrels that are really smoky oaky. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, they were just like straight tobacco, brown sugar, oak, and leather. That was like it. That's all they had on them. And those as a single barrel pick or whatever aren't great. And even Pablo's like, this isn't going to be a Brook Hill. Like, sorry, it's sad to say this
Sure.
15-year-old barrel can't go to something even better, but it's got to be it's a really great blending component that can lift something else up. But then you put them all together, and like you said, it's oak forward, and we were like, man, it's oak forward. So the cask strength, it's 113 on the dot, like cask strength at 113 proof.
I love it.
I think it's on the dot.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think this is great with like 5 or 6 drops of water to open it up. I should have said that in the beginning, but
That's okay.
great with some water to open it up because it does release some of those sweet, fruity, bright strawberry jelly notes in there. But cask strength, we want you to do what you want with it, cocktail, however. So
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
I said it was a roller coaster, but we still climbing the hill on this because the palate to me is a 4.5 because so we had maple syrup on the nose, and now all of a sudden we're getting chocolate chip marshmallow pancakes. On the palate.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
There's the marshmallow.
Yeah, it's dark. I'm still not getting that bright strawberry wheated stuff like we were talking about earlier. Like you said, we get caught up on the wheat. Yeah, to me the palate just goes uphill with the nose. Like now I'm getting a full like Gatlinburg breakfast. It's a pancake house where they put some marshmallows and chocolate
It's
chips.
funny that you say that. Once I talk about my finish, you'll
chocolate chips and all that. Got the maple syrup going on. So yeah, 4.5 for me on the palate. I'm in Gatlinburg. I'm having a big stack of pancakes with just all the toppings.
Yeah. Finish for you.
Finish for me though, I will say that's where it dropped back down for me. I maybe not a bad thing. It goes away. I have another sip. I will keep sipping. The finish goes down just a little bit for me. It's a 3. So it's a solid finish right in the middle, but I just didn't get that lasting finish. Like it didn't like hold on to me. And maybe that's the proof.
You probably honestly rated the finish higher than I would have, because that's one thing about this blend is I couldn't.
You couldn't get the finish to last like that.
Yeah,
The finish is my weakest point here
but
too.
It was one of those where it's like front mid palate pours where I really focused on for this blend. The second blend would be much different, or it is much different. But yeah, the finish is not something I focused on here. I was like, man, I want people to really want to enjoy this and go back to it and drink it, not something that just sits on a shelf. So the finish is kind of one of those where I was like, I'm willing to let the scores fall
Right.
for the finish.
Yeah, it's solid. It's there, but yeah, it could last a little longer. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
What's the price?
80
$80 to $85.
Okay.
The reason I say $80 to $85 is because some markets have like fluctuation in tax and whatnot. So in our cheaper markets, we suggest 80. In our more expensive markets, we suggest 85.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
My finish score, by the way, is also a 3.
Okay.
I too was getting like a big breakfast.
Yeah. I'm ready to go picking forward right now, baby.
Yeah, like a breakfast, like family breakfast kind of thing.
If it had a
happening
savory
with
note, it would be the full
But that
Pigeon Forge package.
I was actually getting like a smoky kind of bacon note on the
See,
finish.
which is funny because I got like, even when I blended it now, I get like a savory. It's like a savory. It's almost a barbecue, like savory, brown sugary.
I completely agree with that. Yeah.
So I didn't get the savory. So maybe if I had the savory, maybe.
I just wish that it lasted a little bit longer.
Yeah.
By a little bit longer, I mean
24
I do what I
hours.
can.
2 points higher longer.
You wish
you know,
lasted a little longer.
well, don't we all? But
Yeah.
isn't that fair?
Me too.
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Anyway,
It's okay.
the point is, like, I think that this is, and this sounds way worse than it is intended to be. I think this is a really good first crack at this product.
I appreciate
You know?
that.
Yeah, but like it.
But that also makes
that sounds
me
like that sounds like you've never blended before.
I was gonna say,
You know?
I was gonna say, like, I appreciate that, but a little condescending of like,
That's what I mean. Like,
not too bad.
No.
Not
I
too
think,
bad.
but I can understand like hearing what you were saying about like there was stress going into like the blending of this product being put together. Like,
Yeah, this is a make or break it of whether or not we're gonna do an everyday shelf item.
exactly.
Too.
Yeah, and so like,
Well, batch 1 and 2 are like, because we don't have the capacity to blend. Basically, batch 1 and 2 would have been one blend if I had the capacity to blend a big enough batch to do
Sure.
like, like
I like
4,000
batch
bottles.
2 though.
But
I like that there's a batch 2
oh,
already.
I thought you said you like batch 2.
No,
I was like,
I like that there's batch
you've had
2.
batch 2?
No, I like that there's batch 2.
No, I know what you said. I know now what you mean, but I
Why
just
you get so mad?
I thought maybe you had batch 2 already,
No.
and I
no
hadn't.
one's had batch 2.
I like there's a batch 2 already
I
because
do
I'm
as
already
well.
ready to like compare them.
I'm excited too.
I want to see see what
once
happens.
down.
once batch 2 comes out.
Can you give us a sneak peek of like
It's
anything batch 2?
Batch 2, I use the exact same style of whiskey in a different blend factor.
Ooh.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So it
Yeah.
really is a comparing one to the other. like-
Yeah, I mean, you can literally compare 1 and 2 together because it has the exact same whiskeys. All 3 styles are the same in different ratios.
Gotcha.
So,
So the price on this, $85.
Yes.
yeah,
$85.
we'll just say 85.
I mean, rare characters are pretty. I mean, it does kind of sit on like the higher end.
Premium. So
Premium, yeah.
I wanted to make sure. I say because I said we can't price it. Our barrel or our proof of entry, no pun intended, is $100 to get a bottle of rare characters.
Right.
At least $100. I wanted this to be less than that. So that's where
I mean, considering that there are other products that are more affordable, it's not like a budget bottle, right? I mean, you're still having to look at it on the shelf and go, well, I could buy this. I could buy Wild Turkey 101. I could buy, blah, 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 blah.
A pair of shoes.
I could buy a pair of shoes. Yeah. I could buy a pair of shoes for my kid.
2 pairs. Yeah.
I don't hate it. I do still think that there is, value to this. And I've always kind of said that like price is probably not the best name for this category. Value is probably more appropriate, but we've been doing this for 350 episodes. We're going to stick with price. That being said, I think as a value product, I think a 4 is pretty appropriate here. 85 is like it's in this economy. It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, especially considering the work that went into it. Like, and this is not just me, blowing smoke.
Right.
Like, and I will say this about any kind of micro batched product. I understand the work that goes into it. Like, if there is a little bit of an elevation in price, yeah, I understand. It seems appropriate at $80 to me. Now, I mean, and it's if we even talk about the like $10 per year price point, like it seems to be pretty in the middle of that, right? At the low end, 5 years, $50, high end, 15, 150. Pretty much right in the middle would be 80,
Yeah. I mean,
80 to 85.
If you broke down the average, it probably would be about $10 a year.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it makes sense. So as far as like other things that might be surrounding it at the liquor store, 4 for you as well.
4 for me because
And please, like, and I just want everyone to know, like, I want you guys to be as honest as possible.
We are.
Like, don't hold, like, my feelings with this. Chad and Rare Character Chad are completely separate, but like I just want everyone to know, like I hope they're being honest, and I hope they're giving their honest opinions.
I'm Perry. I'm not talking to Chad. Tell me, and let's just be honest.
He's looking away. Audio listeners, love you to death. Chad's removed his face from the screen. It's a very funny image.
And be honest. We're all being honest. Tell me an $85 bottle of bourbon right now that you could walk into Liquor Barn, Total Wine, anything, and look at and be like, that's not worth $85. Just tell me how many. Tell me how many.
How many?
Don't say it.
Literally dozens.
Dozens. It would, tasting this, would you be like, yeah, I pay it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. It's a 4.
I mean,
could it be cheaper? Yeah, but
every bottle could be cheaper.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we would all love to see
every bottle could also
cheaper.
be more expensive. Like it's just the way that the market is right now.
But
it's the way the market always will be. There's no way that we can get around it. It's perfectly fine at $85.
Chad, act like you're not here. Rare Character could have easily made this $150. You know why? What'd they put on the label? What does that say?
Limited release.
Limited release. That's the thing.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon whiskey.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon limited release for $85. When how much is a single barrel of Rare Character?
Like $100.
Exactly.
150.
100. Yeah.
Exactly.
See?
Yeah.
There you go. So
who said that?
how much is Chad's not here still. How much is a Four Roses single barrel pick?
Oh, now it's
about
like
100, 120.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 125
so
disembodied voice.
Probably close to what a Rare Character single barrel is.
And people are more inclined.
Okay,
sorry.
How much is a Four Roses limited edition?
$200 to $300.
I rest my case.
Yeah.
So that's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Like, it's a limited release, Rare Character. They didn't say this is a limited release. We're going to give you something you can afford, small batch product.
Yeah.
You can look at this on the shelf and be like, that may be $200.
Yeah.
So yeah, that you can come back now.
Oh, I got a cramp, thank God.
That's all I'm saying. I think
that's not because he was leaning the way that he was. That's unrelated.
You've got Rare Character single barrels. You've got a limited release, and the fact that it is actually cheaper and they're calling it a limited release should make you not really question the price that much. And you heard it from here. It's worth the price.
Yeah.
So, are you still here?
He's here.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
He's got more stuff for us to drink.
I know.
And I've got stuff that I want to pour for you all too, because this is a special episode. I know that we're running a little bit long, and I'm sorry, but
I'm always running long.
Yeah. I know.
Brag
You
about
got
it,
a big
why don't you?
penis. We all know the joke. It's fine.
Yeah, you know. Depends on the weather, actually.
And whether you've been in the pool.
Yeah. There's a lot of factors that go on.
Somebody saw Seinfeld. Anyway. Chad, I do want to say thank you though for
yes, dude.
For
thank you guys for having me on to talk about it.
Yeah, of course. Because I'm sure you haven't had the chance to actually like break down what's going on with this.
Besides, so the only person who's asked me for a breakdown of any sort has been Dave Jennings, and whenever he tasted, and he, I meant to say this. There are two people. Dave's one of them. Root beer, sassafras, like cream soda notes.
That's what's going on.
So
thank you.
Two people had told me those notes. I meant to bring that up earlier. And I was like, you know what? When those two people told me, I'm like, 100%, I get that. But Dave's the only one who I've slightly spoken to about the breakdown. But this is the first time I've actually given the full breakdown. Like even our press release hasn't put that out there yet. So this is.
Too bad this episode is going to be like 2 weeks away.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well,
yeah.
Anybody else get the exclusive by then?
Well, I have no idea when the press release is actually officially going to hit. So,
root beer is 100%
root beer
on there. I can't believe that I
dropped this forklift.
Dave. So one guy said root beer. Dave said draft root beer, like specifically draft root beer.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to. I feel like I'd pour this for you all first because.
Are we in the pour me, pour you segment? Yeah. Why don't you pour for us?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
And then Chad
I really do want
pour
those t-shirts, by the way.
Yeah. So I brought this bottle up a couple weeks ago. You probably don't. I don't know if you remember. Not.
Was that on the main episode you talked about it?
Yes. I don't know if you do. I don't know. Eric.
Well, I mean, I listen to the shows while I'm asking, but I also don't remember what. Oh, yes.
Oh,
yeah.
You have been going. You had an extensive collection of orphan barrels, apparently.
I only had 2.
Oh. It felt like more. You're just
Well,
bringing out
maybe.
a barter house. Now barter house.
Well, I
and
had
then you
the,
had
I had the
gifted
gifted
horse.
horse
Yeah.
the other day. Yeah.
Remember when I brought over
But-
a 24-year rhetoric and we were like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, man, I hate this bottle. We
Yeah.
opened it and we're like, holy
Oh,
shit,
never mind. Yeah.
It's opened up really well.
So I figured this
Bring it
bottle's
back,
been, very low for a very long time, but it's the Barter House 20 year. We're going to finish this today.
20-year-old Bernheim distillate. right
That's
here.
crazy.
So 20-year Bernheim. So for those of you who don't know, the Old Fitzgerald VVS is 13-year-old Bernheim
I
wheat.
love how he just takes over the show.
I'm letting
yeah.
him, dude.
Hey.
Let him do it. Let him
Well,
cook.
hey, people
him cook.
people crap on Orphan Barrel. I'm leaning into it. People crap on Orphan Barrel, and while the story is dumb, yes,
Oh, I think
the whiskey
it's
is
totally bunk.
is amazing.
yeah.
So Perry, you got this bottle. When did this released? 2015, 16 or
I
something?
think so. So here's a funny story about this bottle. When wow, there really was not a lot left.
there
in
was
here.
not a lot in there. There was maybe an ounce.
Yeah.
I'll say, you want to top off a little bit of mine? No. Take some of mine to share. No, I said,
That's what I heard.
I said, do you want to top it off with a little bit of mine?
So I actually got this bottle secondhand.
Somebody already put their mouth on it.
Yeah, and never mind.
They took the cork off with their mouth.
Yeah.
Put their dick in.
There's an episode from within like the first. I mean, it wasn't even like. It was within the first 50. I want to say it was within the first like 20 or 30.
Too bad it went within the first 70.
It was called like "This Is My Bourbon Collection" or something like
was
that.
What your first podcast was called?
Yeah. Yeah.
He evolved it into this.
Yeah.
He was like, this is my bourbon collection. I should make a
TIMBP, this
podcast
is my
about
bourbon
Yeah.
collection.
It was
This is
with
my collection.
my buddy Mike. He at the time had
is it?
so much 20 years old. He had
Smells
so much bourbon that he was literally just giving
He's drowning.
bottles
there.
away.
He's drowning.
Oh, he was drowning. And he didn't like this bottle. And he
That's
was like,
insane.
and he just gave it to me.
I mean,
I want to drink this.
Okay.
drink. Come on, let's go. Bam.
God, it smells so good. So you said Bernheim?
Bernheim.
We
This
did-
is no. This is 20-year-old Bernheim. Now I was saying the VVS Old Fitz that came out is 13-year Bernheim wheat. This is 20-year Bernheim bourbon. Most of that
God.
rhetoric stuff is Bernheim.
If I've ever smelled and tasted something that's just straight up 20-year-old whiskey or bourbon whiskey, that's it right there.
So Barter House originally retailed for like $80.
Mm-hmm.
It was so stupid.
I like how you just died right there. When you said
Well,
Oh my gosh.
dude, it's
it's fantastic, Mr. Fox on there too.
yeah, man. This was like one of my favorite, even before I knew shit about bourbon.
Yeah.
This was one of those where I'm like, it's high dollar because I tried it at Liquor Barn. Or no, I've got about Liquor Barn because they were like, yeah, this is really fancy stuff, and I loved it. I kept going back because I like the IW Harper 15, and back when it was $40.
You all right?
No.
You good?
I'm going to miss this bottle. But
Thank you for that, poor man.
of course.
That's
I'm
I was gonna help.
he's
you.
gonna puke.
I'm gonna miss this bottle. Better the second time.
Unfiltered.
I'm gonna miss this bottle for sure. But I've had it for 7 years.
It still tastes good.
And the fact that it's held up as well as it has it's pretty fantastic. But
It's the best. It's the best Orphan Barrel.
I completely agree with you.
Now there is one that people are like, suppose, like, oh, it's Buffalo Trace distillate or Ancient Ages distillate or whatever. But whichever one that is, I haven't had it. But to me, so I don't know. But I know what this is.
The whale one. Isn't there a whale on one?
Oh, it's the one. Whatever this is, it's either 16 or 26 years old. It's a Kentucky bourbon, but either way, Orphan Barrel is still the best, or not Orphan Barrel. Barter House still the best Orphan Barrel release ever, to me.
You got a high proof hot take?
We still got more pours, right?
Yeah, but we do high proof.
Well, yeah, we can do high proof.
Yeah, don't be a dick. Don't have it.
I was waiting. I was giving him his time.
Yeah.
Don't expect. Don't assume. My favorite saying in life is life's not fair and no one deserves shit. So, and I stand by that through and through. And that goes for everything. That's not just whiskey. Don't be pissed at the store because you weren't there fast enough when they put it out or because you think you deserve it. Don't be mad at your boss because you didn't get the promotion you wanted. I don't care.
I gifted you Fireball.
Fireball.
I bought all the Fireball.
Do you want to find this is a what I haven't been drinking story because
Fireball.
So I caught wind. Chad knows this because I put it in our group chat with Swan and Original Recipe. Chad.
Who's that? Y'all have a group chat? Oh, I see.
You wouldn't want to be a part of it.
I've heard.
I caught wind.
You would rage bait in that chat.
You absolutely would.
Yeah, don't put me in that. I don't need anybody. I don't need any more raging.
I caught wind of Liquor Barn putting out their Jack Daniel's Coy Hill yesterday.
You got it?
No.
Oh.
You want to know why I didn't get it? Because they never put it out. You want to know why they never put it out? Because they never had it.
Hey,
So they lied to the guy who was in front of me, saying that they were going to put it out yesterday.
You think they have it today?
I mean,
No, they just don't have it.
Oh. Have they ever had Coy Hill here?
I don't know.
I mean, coming from someone who used to work in the retail space, I know that's surprising. I didn't, y'all didn't know I worked in retail.
Didn't Swan work in retail too?
No, Swan didn't work in retail.
Oh, really?
He was a coal miner.
Yeah.
Coal miner's daughter.
Yeah. He was a Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Is he the Princess Bride?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is the Princess Bride. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
But to mess with people.
I've ever been. Just an unhinged series of takes that make no sense. Anyway, sorry.
I mean, I'm not saying I never did stuff like that to mess with people who drove me
Not
crazy.
yet.
Do you want me?
Yeah.
Pour for you?
Pour.
I mean, I can.
Oh, is he pour for you?
Yes, that's the point of the show.
Yeah, you're right.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
We're still on high proof hot takes.
Yeah.
I'm done with mine.
is
Don't
dark.
be a dick. That's my thing. Is don't be a dick.
Yeah. Anyway, so retail,
Yours is don't lie to people.
don't lie to people. I wasted so much gas and so much time.
That
I went to
sucks.
Liquor Barn twice yesterday.
No, you did
I'm not joking.
No, you
Because I want
Jack Daniels, are you
Look.
listening? Send the Coy Hill. He doesn't even have gas anymore. He wanted the bottle.
Think of the gas. Think of the Perrys.
We gotta get the gas. We gotta get the Coy Hill to Kentucky.
John F. Kennedy back?
We gotta get the Coy Hill to Kentucky.
He's back from the dead. You need to talk. Look, man, talk to your nephew. He's in some hot water right now. Anyway, do you have any high proof hot takes?
Do I? No, not really. Honestly, I'm in a good mood.
Another high proof hot take I have. I don't know if ingrown toenails suck.
Well, that's a high proof hot take with God.
That's a tips and bits right there.
Yeah, right.
So when you clip
I
your
had
nails,
a-
you clip
I had
them
a horrible
straight.
day yesterday.
Clip your nails straight across. Don't curve them. Don't go into the straight.
Yeah.
I
well,
would talk
when
to
I-
God about that.
When I dropped my guitar
Pants.
on my toe last November, and the toenail had to grow back, it never grew back right. So I've had an ingrown toenail for a while. Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, please.
All right,
Tips
before
and
we
bits.
go to tips and bits,
I hate
we gotta.
feet.
What did Chad pour for us here?
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is
Just give us a little. You can talk to one.
This is a 10-year Brook Hill. So this is the story of a girl who cried a river in the whole world. But this, it's either Doug DeMuro or I go into that. So it's a 10-year-old Kentucky bourbon.
Photographs.
Yeah.
Absolutely love her.
When she smiles.
Yep.
10-year-old Kentucky bourbon, Brook Hill. I'm sorry, Eric. I can't help it. Moving on. That's it. That's
Like you don't sing songs all the time.
I do. Not right now. I don't sing
Oh,
that
come
song.
on. Pinto Ron.
High proof hot takes when you just assume the person beside of you is going to agree and do everything. Pinto
Don't be a
Ron.
dick.
Don't be.
This smells amazing, by
Yeah,
the way.
This is dark and like
So not on camera and on recording. I will tell you what it is.
Okay.
So
No, he means like, wait, I can't even record it.
after we're done, off the record.
There was a time. I won't go into any specifics because I can't. But
what? No, we don't have things that where the beep on the
oh yeah,
sensor on the pads.
do we? Doesn't matter. I went to go see Chad at Rare Character, and he was telling me some super secret inside stuff. So, and it was so super secret inside that I even turned my phone off. Just so,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause I was like, do not tell anyone what I'm about to tell you.
yeah.
And
I turned my phone completely off.
He did. That is true.
Damn.
That is
And then I was like, you
You
know
put
what? I got a
tinfoil
wife.
hat on too.
Yeah. And I was like, I got a wife and a daughter, and if they need me, I need to have my phone
Well,
on.
it was,
So I
only,
turned it back.
it was only for like 45 seconds that I was saying something.
Yeah.
So, but
3
then
hours later, he's like, "Shit!"
But no, it was like 20 minutes later. He's like, I should probably turn my phone on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Why did you turn it off?
Oh, I didn't want Alex Jones listening.
Oh God.
Tips and
They're turning the
bits.
frogs
Gay
gay.
frogs.
Do they eat the cats or they turn the?
No, it's both.
It's both.
It's both,
the
man.
frogs are
Apparently.
gay. The
Yeah.
cats are getting eaten. I mean, like,
We gotta get more animals in the world.
Tips and bits.
Tips and bits.
Chad, what do you have to? You were sick, so I'm sure you watched a bunch of stuff, played some guitar.
I did. I played some guitar. Well, so if you're sick, Mucinex has an amazing new medicine that does things for like fever, headache, pain relief, whatever. It doesn't just make you cough stuff up. That's great, but it's like $19 a bottle, and you only get like 3 ounces in it. So yeah.
There's been more medicines like that already.
Ivermectin.
No. No, I'm saying Mucinex is the best one I've had so far. You know, it's like Tamiflu 2.0.
Gotcha.
Um,
Tamiflu is a placebo.
Really?
No, I don't know. That's how
Oh,
I heard
okay.
about it.
I've actually never had Tamiflu.
I don't think that
This
is
Tamiflu
InfoWars.
helps. I don't think personally. I don't think Tamiflu does anything.
But I have been playing my Switch lately. But it's also I've been playing the game I told Perry like 2 years ago I'd give him, which is Skyrim. So I was locked.
Did you bring it?
No. So
You knew you were going to see me and you didn't bring it?
I'm playing it right now.
You have like 3
I'm
copies?
playing it on the
When did you
Switch.
have it?
I thought you had like 4
Be
copies.
patient.
No, so I had it on the 360,
It only
which I
takes
no
you
longer
4
have.
years.
Oh, I see what's
Yes.
happened here.
Yes.
Okay.
And now my
We're
latest-
good. We're
yes.
good. We're still good.
But I started playing that again because like we couldn't go anywhere. So what else is there to do? And Brittany was watching the TV. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go lay in the bedroom and I will play the Switch. Skyrim on the Switch. Joy-Con drift sucks. Nintendo, please fix that.
They never will.
On the
just gotta
Switch
buy a
2
new one,
coming
bro.
out. Also with that, I got into
It's gonna be
playing.
magnetic Joy-Cons.
That'd be great if it is.
That is
Big
the
if true.
that is the rumor though.
And it's also like an 8-inch screen versus a 6.8-inch screen.
It's all the same at that point.
Yeah, no one knows.
That's what you tell everybody.
Smash Bros. Got into Smash Bros. Again, man. I freaking love Smash Brothers. Like, could play that.
I haven't played Smash Bros in a long time,
Oh
but
my God.
Which one's your favorite out of all of them? There's only one right answer.
64 is still the best.
no, Brawl.
GameCube.
Oh wait, Brawl or Melee? Which one's on GameCube?
Melee is on
Brawl, I think. Which one's on?
Melee is on 64, right?
No, 64 was the original one. That was just Super Smash Brothers.
I thought Super Smash Brothers Melee. Look up Smash Bros. Melee. That's all I care about.
Melee. It's on GameCube.
All right, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best one.
That's
Yeah,
the best one.
that one. Yeah.
People are still
thought that
they
was
still
64.
have tournaments
Yeah.
for Melee.
Yeah.
Like that's how popular
Well,
it still is.
that is like the standard for playing like world competition levels is Melee.
Yeah.
Like that is the best one. Yeah.
It's crazy stuff. Eric?
Tips and bits. What do I have? I'm trying to think.
3DS. Yeah. Any more 3DS news?
Yeah, right.
I'm still playing my Trauma Center, which I think I mentioned last time.
You did?
Yeah.
A couple episodes ago, actually.
Operations, it's all the stuff. My other tips and bits is try not to think about getting old.
Yeah.
The past couple of days, have realized I can't do as much as I used to in the mornings when I stay up late trying to work out, go to work and do all that stuff. I have to get more sleep. And it's bummed me out.
It's crazy that has happened over the course of like you being on the podcast too.
Yeah.
Because when you started on the show, you
didn't
were
sleep
getting
at
up
all.
at like 4. Well, yeah, you were doing overnights.
I didn't sleep.
And then, yeah.
Now
was
I
crazy.
realize I have to like really plan my day out. Whether I'm having some pours, maybe I only have one pour. If I got to get up, I got to get sleep earlier. Like
Chad and I are still living like our golden years.
No shit.
I am, I guess.
I guess my tips and bits for this
Take care of
episode
yourself.
of 350, take care of yourself and don't let aging bum you out. Because
YOLO.
I have struggled the past little bit knowing that I'm getting older. Stuff changes. My dentist the other day, I thought I had a cavity. Guess what? I didn't. She just says sometimes when you get old, your teeth
hurt.
get sensitive. And she gave me special toothpaste.
That's
It's like
so
20
sad.
Was it like $25?
No, she gave me
A sample
her
tube.
daughter plays volleyball with us, and so they gave me like 10 like sample tubes of it. It will last for a long time. I have special toothpaste now. I have them on blood pressure
Hilarious.
medicine. I have special toothpaste, and I'm trying to not let it get me down.
Sensodyne complete.
It's exactly Sensodyne white because I don't want my teeth to get.
I use
faded.
Sensodyne.
Well, you're already doing better than I did because when you get my age, your teeth are going to hurt. I thought I had a cavity.
They already do, Eric.
I thought I had a cavity. I didn't have a cavity. They said they look good. Sometimes they just hurt because you're old. And I was like, thanks for the honesty.
I've never had a cavity.
I had
That's
one
amazing.
when I
seeing
had
how
my
you're from
baby
Eastern
teeth.
Kentucky.
Well, Maysville's
I-
not East Kentucky, but
Well,
yeah.
you know what I mean.
Ba-
606.
Same thing, yeah. I know. And growing up poor and only eating like fast food French fries.
Yeah, I don't
it's
agree.
amazing. But it never had a
Mountain
cavity.
Dew and Little Caesars. But yes,
Domino's, but yeah.
I am doing my best.
Golden Dyad.
And when I don't, when I say it's, there's nothing I can do about it. You're getting old. It makes me feel better. But sometimes I just think, what the heck is going on? So tips and bits, try not to get mad about getting older.
What's wrong with mybody.com?
Yeah, the little, it's
I have it bookmarked.
It's like a book for like like a kid. Like, why am I getting old? But yes, and listen to past episodes. Go
Yeah, please.
tips and bits over the next couple months.
They're awesome.
In case episodes aren't coming and going, go back and listen. Listen to me. Listen to how bad I sounded. Listen to Perry, how he sounded like a child, and now he sounds like an adult.
I did.
So
I
yes,
still kind of sound like a baby.
that's my tips and bits. What's this? Before you go.
Oh, yeah.
This is Brook Hill 15 year.
Yo! Okay. We're just sitting in silence as he pours it for us. Do you know the proof? Doesn't matter.
It's probably like 112.
Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm happy that it's 15-year-old whiskey. As of recording, the first 2 episodes of Agatha All Along are on
Aubrey. Oh,
Disney Plus.
What? What?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean,
She's a great actor.
no, and she's wonderful. She was really good too in the first episode. Fun. Couple of really fun episodes. I mean, not like groundbreaking by any means, but just very enjoyable television. And I don't know. I mean, that's about it. I beat 1,000 Year Door on the Switch
Oh yeah.
the other day, too. Going back and doing some side missions that I hadn't. Side missions. Like it's Call of Duty.
Freaking building that profile up, bro.
Right. Some side quests, I guess, is a better way to put it, that I hadn't gotten to along the way. But it's just fun, you know? It's one of those games where not having the accessibility to the GameCube like I did back in the day, I haven't had the chance to really go back and play it. But it's still, you know, as a remake, a remaster, it's phenomenal. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Great game. I think that's it. That's all I got.
Well, congratulations in advance.
Thank
Congrats,
you.
congrats.
I'm still nervous. Thanks for letting me use the toilet earlier.
You're very fine. You crushed my toilet earlier.
It functions fine.
April was in the kitchen working, and she was like,
This thing's backed up.
"Do you have a good shit, Perry?"
That's exactly what she said. No, I come out and she goes, "Did you make it stinky? Is it stinky in there now?"
Your toilet
The pipes are crying.
is my toilet. My toilet is your toilet.
Dude, you pooped in my toilet plenty of times.
Yeah, I know. I have a disease.
I've
Can't
not
help it.
pooped in either of your toilets.
You can go poop in mine.
You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, feel free. If you want to go poop in somebody's toilet, go to patreon.com/mybourbon
Terrible
podcast.
segue.
For as little as $1 a month, you can support the show. But at $5, we may let you poop in our toilet. But you also get all the bonus content. You get this episode uncut and a little bit early. You also get the pregame chats with Chad. He was on this one. We also do Pours from the Floor, Sample Irresistible, Pop Chicka Wawa, all the bonus stuff. Anything extra early you want to do. $5 tier on Patreon. Go there. You can also send us a email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. If you like to just email stuff, you can also DM us on all social media at MyBourbonPod on Instagram, me at Whiskey Mutant, Perry at PReader1792. Can they send you a DM that's not rare character?
Yes.
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 Tell me.
Yes. You
They
can
could send him a DM about the
no
the Blantons.
No.
If you want to
no.
get the Blantons, the
Listen.
Deadpool, there's still 4 bottles left
No.
of Blanton's Deadpool pick, My Daily Bourbon, Whiskey
you-
Mutant, This Is My Bourbon Podcast. He's got all the bottles.
Do you wanna
Send
know-
a DM to at My Daily Bourbon and ask him for the.
I saw what he was pulling up. You
Deadpool.
better stop.
So there are people who have done this, and this guy. That's what. And once he figured it out, that's what his name became in my phone. So,
Why do you have his number?
because we talk, but that's what it is in my phone now.
I'm going to let you give a proper social media shout out. What you can do if they want to get in touch with Rare Character, give them that the
If
proper
you-
way to do
if
it.
you wanna
Tell
get in
them
touch
how
with-
to really do it.
If you would like to get in touch with Red Character, you can reach out to Red Character Whiskey at Red Character Whiskey on Instagram. Contact at redcharacterwhiskey.com. You can reach out to me for Red Character at Chad at redcharacterwhiskey.com. If you want to talk to My Daily Bourbon Chad, Seth from Red Character, you can reach out to me at My Daily Bourbon on Instagram.
Yes. We mentioned it before. We do have a voicemail and text message number 859. Everybody.
428-8253.
Send a text message or a voicemail to that. We'll read it. We'll play it. All the stuff. We also have some merch. This is My Bourbon Podcast merch. It's bourbonshop.threadless.com. Perry puts all the stuff up on there. If you sign up, you'll get email. They'll do random sales, all that stuff.
It's all true.
If you want to watch this, if you're listening, want to watch it, go to youtube.com. This is My Bourbon Podcast. All the episodes go up there on video. And then like, comment, subscribe. I know some of you say you don't have to say that every time we know. You know what? We're saying it anyway.
Yeah,
Say it
we have to.
It all helps. Review, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the stuff. Is that it? That an episode?
I
Is
think
that 350?
That's 350.
It's a banger
We
for
got to
350.
talk about this 15 year real fast.
Oh, it's really good.
You know what?
and then I'll show y'all what it is after the fact.
Oh,
Sorry, not even Patreon can know.
Well,
This is so like
that's
you know
how that's how you end the
I love
episode.
that.
when
right
people
there.
talk NDAs, this is some NDA shit. So
So
NDA
suck
means-
it. That's $350. Perry's got 2 babies now, 2 kids now. He's got a new baby.
2 babies.
Who knows what you're going to see next time? Because guess what? Mutants in charge.
I will see you all real soon. Thank you for all the support over the years. I am genuinely trying not to get choked up right now.
Come on now, you can cry.
it's
Cry
okay.
on
You can
350.
cry.
Come on, take
I'm
your
hanging-
glasses off.
Just,
Cry.
just give me a sec. Let me try to get through this, okay? I have only missed 1 episode out of 350. I'm gonna miss a couple more because of the new baby. I trust Eric to take care of this while I'm gone. Support him as well while I'm gone.
We may change the name of the podcast.
I fully expect that, actually, to be honest with you. I couldn't do this without the support of the people who have listened to the episode, have listened to the show, watched episodes, supported on Patreon, just in general, showed up when I needed you to.
Will you
over
wear the
past
same
7
shirt
years.
when you get back?
Oh my God.
The first
Yes,
episode.
absolutely,
Please,
100%.
yes.
Yeah, I will. I will, just for you.
It's your favorite one?
It's
Continuity.
my new favorite shirt.
Continuity.
I'll wear the same underwear, too.
Don't wash
That
them.
yeah. I was gonna say, don't do anything different.
Not a thing.
Take
I
the
won't
clothes
shower.
off. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
No, I will shower. I need to.
Damn.
Hey,
gotta
you like to
poop
see homeless
early.
naked? I get it, man.
I love you all. I love you. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
I think we have an unofficial third Beatle here too of the podcast.
He's more like Yoko.
come on, don't be that way.
Never mind. Now we don't.
Uh,
The voice was an ick.
It's Meatwad, man.
It
Come
was
on.
Meatwad. It was good.
Please pay.
Where'd it go?
350, baby. You know how many times you put peanut butter on the balls?
I'm
At least
not-
50 times.
no one's supposed to know about
Damn, Pete.
Where is there a hole in the peanut butter jar? Anyway,
that. I mean, I don't like peanut butter, but I like peanut butter.
Please pay.
I'll see.
It's good for you to come back. You've been gone for a while. I missed you, folks.
I will see you all real soon. Take good care of Eric while I'm gone. Until then, though, I am Perry.
I'm saying it last.
No.
I'm
Eric. And this is my
Who's
Bourbon
Chad?
Podcast.
This is my Bourbon Podcast.
And this is my Bourbon Podcast.